Memories with Moo. Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. It is actually 7:34 in the evening. Moo has her yummy
Goofy.
chili. It's chicken chili that I picked up for her from Atlanta Bread Company a couple days
That's
ago.
right. That's true.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about how you met Pop. How did you meet Pop?
I knew Pop's brother, Dut, who was my age, and we were in the same grade in school. But I didn't know Ben because he was 5 years older than me.
I did not know he was that much older than you.
So I didn't know Ben until I came home from college and made my debut.
Did you think Dut was cute when you knew him?
No, I thought he was real wild.
Oh.
He scared me.
Moo, I don't think that's true.
Who? About Dut?
About Pop when you met him for your debut. I thought you went on a date with him.
No. He would go to our parties and I didn't even pay any attention to him.
Okay, and then you met him at the parties though?
Yes.
And then when was
He
y'all's...
was 5 years older than I was, and he didn't look at me, and I didn't look at him. But
And
I've got
so what
pictures.
made him want to... Because didn't he ask you on a date eventually?
So then, and after we made our debut, I don't know why he asked me to go to the SCS. Yes, he did.
You said he took you to a movie and to...
No. He first took me. That's when I had the date with him, and I didn't like him.
Right.
Once-
Why didn't you like him?
Because I thought he was fast.
Ooh, wee! And he was too fast.
Yes,
Okay.
and-
How was he too fast?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, Moo, this is a memories.
No, I'm not going to tell you. And so
Is it going to make him look bad?
No, I was just goofy. And we went home from the date, and I didn't like the way he kissed.
Okay. The honesty, that's what we need. Okay, that can
And
be a
so
big
I
part.
got out of the car and didn't have any more dates with him.
Adios. Until when?
Until he didn't ask me for any more dates either. He was sort of, he wasn't like his brother Dut. Dut wouldn't have cared. But then I needed somebody to lead that dance with me. And
Spinsters.
he was just somebody. We called to ask him told him he had to call out for the dance.
Yes.
And
But it wasn't just some call out. You were the what?
I was the leader.
You were like the president or something.
Yes, I was the president, and I was going to lead the dance, and I had to have somebody, and I didn't know anybody.
But it's a blind date, right? You didn't know who it was.
Definitely a blind date. So we asked him, and he said he didn't know who he was going out with,
That's crazy.
but he must have been flattered.
And then y'all hit it off that night when y'all danced?
Yes, that night
That's crazy.
we did, and that night, which he was really good that night.
Good at what, Moo?
He wasn't fast that night. And in fact, he asked me to, Dut was going to be king, and he asked me to go to the coronation and the supper afterwards. So I knew that I did okay.
Yeah.
And I really liked him.
You brought up something earlier that made me think. And I can't remember what it just was. Well, I'll think back to it. Okay. So that's when you were with Pop.
Yes.
So Ellie
Ellie?
has a question for you.
Oh, my God.
She wants to know, did you ever love anyone before Pop?
Well, yes, I did. I had several boyfriends.
And you loved them?
Oh, who knows what love is? It was high school
Who were your
stuff.
several boyfriends?
I'm not going to tell you all that business.
Fine.
Besides, it was, before I was in high school,
Okay.
I had boyfriends. I had 3 or 4 of them.
How did he propose?
Who? Ben?
Pop.
Oh, God. He said he wanted to come see Daddy.
Uh-huh.
That's all he said. We were over the Gulf. and he wanted to come the next day, Saturday, to see that. I didn't know what he was going to do. So he came out, and they went up front.
You just thought they were chatting?
I didn't know what they were doing. I sort of had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ben hadn't said anything about marriage to me. He hadn't. And then he came in the back.
He just knew he was going to marry you.
handed me a ring.
Nothing to be
And then I knew
too
what
upset
it was.
about.
Then I knew what it was.
Were you like, ooh? Or did you just put it on?
I probably said, ooh.
No? Okay. Where did y'all honeymoon?
Oh, gosh. We left the country club
That's what Nene wanted to know. That was Nene's
in
question.
his car.
The country club?
Yes.
Was it where it is now?
Yes, we had, and they had all this stuff. His groomsmen put all this golfing stuff and chains and all, and he had gotten his cousin Richard Moore to go with us because he knew what was going to happen, and so we went out in West Mobile, and he had wire cutters and all, and he got all that stuff off of him. Then Ben and I
It was on Pop?
Yes.
He had wire cutters and stuff on him?
Yes, they at the club before we left. I've showed you that.
Was it the groomsmen prank or something?
Yes, that's what they did to the.
They put like
groom.
barbed wire on them?
No, they were chains.
Oh, I
They
was getting
chained
confused.
him all.
Oh, to what?
Just chained him up to him, and he had to carry it all out to the car. I'll show you a picture of it. It is hysterical.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to see the picture. And then y'all went to West
Then
Mobile.
we left and went down to the Mississippi coast and spent the first night down there in a little motel. And then went to New Orleans, and we were in New Orleans for 2 days. Then we flew up to Niagara Falls.
Ooh, sexy. Okay, girl. So did y'all camp out at Niagara Falls?
No. We just went there, got off the plane, and we saw the falls and everybody.
For a
went
day
to-
trip, or did y'all spend the night?
Oh, just a day trip.
So y'all took a plane
And
to
then
Niagara
we
Falls
went
and
to
then plane ride
we
back?
went to Canada for our honeymoon.
Moo, this is like a 3-week honeymoon.
Oh, we were gone 3 weeks.
Wait, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need to bring that back. Okay, so y'all went to... What did y'all do in New Orleans for 2 nights?
Shopped around, ate, and
That's
all.
it.
We were just
Okay,
there
so
for
then y'all went to
the night.
Niagara Falls, saw Niagara Falls. That seems very spontaneous. Okay, and then y'all went to Canada. What'd y'all do in Canada?
And we went to the 3 big cities in Canada: Quebec, Montreal, and I forget the other
Did y'all
one.
snow ski?
No, heck no, we didn't do anything like that.
What do you mean, heck no? Canada has good snow skiing.
We didn't have to do that. We just rode around and looked at things, and we were just on our honeymoon.
Okay, girl. I see you. So, what was your favorite part of the honeymoon?
I don't know. Gosh, that's so long ago. I liked it though.
You did?
Yeah,
Huh.
I did.
And then y'all came back to Mobile, and did y'all have a house to live in already?
We stayed in an apartment over on Spring Hill Avenue
For how long?
a year.
And then y'all moved where?
And we started building our house.
On Springbank?
So
Y'all built that house a
we
year
were
after y'all got
there-
married?
We were in the apartment about a year and a half, and then we moved into his mother's house on Dolphin Street
Oh, bless your hearts.
and stayed. They weren't there.
Oh.
It was
kidding.
just us, but we were just there for until they got through with our house.
Well, that sounds...
Probably.
And then y'all built that house like it was ready to move in 2 years after y'all got
Yeah.
married? That's the dream. I want to build me a nice big house after I get married. Well, thank you, Moo.
Well, see, Ben was
Oh.
by the time we got married, he was 30. He was 31.
Oh, he was
30
well adjusted into
31
his
or 2
rhythm.
when we built that house.
Okay, he was older.
He'd been working since
He was
World
younger.
War II. And
Right.
when he got out of the Army in 1945,
What did he do in the Army?
he was in the Air Force. The Army Air Force. He was a pilot.
For how long? Why has no one told me this?
3 years, I think.
Pop?
Pop. He went to. See,
Well,
he was
I feel dumb.
He was 5 years ahead of me. He went to Alabama when he graduated from Murphy. He went to Alabama.
Like the University of
And
Alabama
his
in
daddy
Tuscaloosa?
called him that first semester and said, "You better come home. They're getting ready to,
Enlist?
call him up."
I mean, that's what I meant.
He was going to be in the draft.
That's the draft, yes.
So
yes.
Ben went home and he decided he didn't want to be drafted in the Army, wanted to be in the
Why
Air
did he have to
Force.
come? Why would he have to come home? How would that stop him
Because
from
he
getting
had
drafted?
to get ready to go in the Air Force.
So
And
your
then-
dad was, I mean, his dad
He-
was saying, come home to get ready to get
Yes,
drafted.
they're going to draft you.
So what, come work out?
So he only was at Alabama one semester.
But why did he need to come home? How was he going to get ready for that?
He had to come home and go to the gym, and
He had to, like,
he had
okay.
to get fit and
Okay.
lose weight and get everything where
Get rid of that college
he
bod.
He could,
Survive in the war.
yes. And so they let him in the Air Force,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the Air Force.
And did he fly planes like in war?
He never saw combat.
Okay.
It was, he went home in 1942 and then was in flight training for a couple of years, and the war was over
Oh, okay. That makes
in
sense.
45. So
Still though, that's crazy. I don't know how I missed that.
then he was going to go back to college and get his degree,
Mm-hmm.
and he was going over to LSU. He was driving over there, and he got to thinking, and he said, "Heck with this." He had been out of the college for 3 or 4 years,
Right.
probably 4 years by then.
He thought it's too late,
He
kind
turned around and came back and said, "I'd rather work for his daddy." So, but he got 2 years worth of college while he was in the Air Force.
of. Okay.
So he probably had a total of
3.
close to 3 years of
Right.
college.
So he came back and he started working for his dad.
Yeah, and that was it. And that was just in 1945. And we weren't married until
Did his dad work at
55.
Gulf Lumber?
Yes. Oh, no.
How did that start?
Well, Ben stopped. He worked in the woods and got lumber out and all. And Mr. Ben May
Mm-hmm.
called up Ben one day and said, "Ben, I've got this sawmill in Mobile, Gulf Lumber Company. It's losing bad money.
Okay, I remember this.
Do you and Billy want to run it? And I'll pay you a salary, and y'all can run it. And when I die, you can buy it for a real good price."
Oh,
So that's what happened. That's how they got.
that's good. Okay, wait. So just one last question. Before that, what was Pop's dad's job? Like, what was he working for him?
He had sawmills,
Okay, so he was just
and he bought
okay.
land, and that's when he bought all the land up Choctaw Bluff.
Okay.
And all that land. He and Mr. Ben May bought it together.
Okay.
He was a real good friend of his. And my husband Ben was
Right.
a good friend of his too.
Well, Moo, I just learned so much.
Yes, didn't he?
Ooh, thank you, Moo. Memories with Moo. We went from meeting Pop, ex-lovers, to Pop being in the Army.
And I remember
Oh.
Juliana when this was after we came out in the Spinsters and all.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mardi Gras right after that. And I
Right.
went to the King's Supper with him. And then he asked me, would I like to meet him that next day, Sunday, downtown? And I said, "Oh, yeah, sure."
Oh,
So
sure.
I got all dressed
You
up.
you played that shy
And
little,
Mother
I don't
and
really care
Daddy-
about you.
Now, this is what parents did. They took me down and met Ben on the railroad tracks down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
And we went on a ship.
With your parents?
And we liked each other by then.
It had been one day.
No, the Spencers was about 2 weeks,
Okay.
2 or 3 weeks before.
And then you went to the
Mardi
King's
Gras.
Supper.
Yes.
And then you had liked him. And then you knew you liked him
That's
at the
right.
railroad tracks.
That's right.
Were your parents with you at the
No,
railroad?
they just
dropped
put
you
me-
off to meet him.
Just dropped me off,
Okay.
and we met him.
And what'd y'all do on the ship?
And then Ben had asked another girl in town to go to the Double OMs with him, which would have been that Sunday, see.
Right.
And but he told me where it was on which float, and where we were. And I remember it was down on Spring Hill Avenue.
So he didn't uninvite her, but he was like, I
no.
asked her
Oh, no.
before I knew I liked
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Okay.
And she was a nice girl.
And she probably knew at the time.
Of course she did.
You were like, get out of here. It's
And
my time.
so I told him where I'd be, and he came by and he saw me and threw me all this stuff, and it was so exciting.
Oh, you got your boom boom. Woo! That is so cute, Moo. That is exciting. Well, we'll be back with more Memories with Moo.